implemented technological solutions in the farms.
They do some very non-understandable work for us.
All companies are presenting their innovations.
This is more marketing materials than a real approach for the robot provides some fake results.
I don't know the word in English. In French, we say animalier.
So you don't need to catch an animal.
Could you briefly introduce yourself and share your background?
My name is Sylvain Longchamps. I am the head of the animal production department for Barkom LLC. And specifically, we are having 6,000 sows and implemented some technological solutions in the farms of Barkom.
My name is Lyubomyr Dutko. I work as CTO at Lemberg Solutions. And today we will talk about automation in agriculture and how we can improve the operations, make it more faster, efficient, and increase the accuracy.
How would you describe the current state of the agriculture industry? What key challenges do you see farmers and agricultural producers facing today?
It's a big question. There are a lot of different challenges depending of the type of production, depending also of the countries. But I would say, for example, in Europe, you have at the moment a big challenge is biosecurity because there are a lot of disease that can affect the production in some farms. For example, in Ukraine, we have African swine fever, which create big losses for pig farms. In other parts of Europe, you have a disease called foot and mouth disease. So this is today a big challenge. Another big challenge is the lack of people, because not so many people today want to work in agriculture simply because you have to work 365 days a year. Of course, people have holidays and day off, but you have to work. Some people need to work at Christmas, New Year's Day, Easter, on Sundays, on Saturday, and less and less people are ready to work in these conditions. They prefer a job from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and that's it. So in some countries, this starts to be very difficult. There are other challenges, but I would say that these two are probably the biggest that agricultural producers are facing at the moment.
Observing different agri-tech markets, what insights have you gained about how farms are adopting tech solutions to automate their business processes?
Well, it is linked a little bit also with what I just described, the human factor, the lack of employees. This is not yet the case in Ukraine, but if you look at the rest of Europe or North America, as it is difficult to have enough employees to run the farm, people are looking at things to make things automatic, to have less people, to help to be more efficient. If you look in the past, you had some farms with maybe they had 15 or 20 employees, and today they will run the same farm with better results with 10 or 12 employees. So farms are trying to find some technological solutions to have the process happening without or with minimum number of people to do it. So everything that is manual, everything that is that could be critical, for example, for the efficiency of the business, and that a machine could do it, or, remove the human factor, then this is really what businesses, agricultural businesses, are looking for today.
Lyubomyr, can you share insights from major Agritech exhibitions you've attended and how the technology landscape has evolved recently?
What was the main focus when we were visiting the exhibitions is to see what similar products are exposed to the one that we are working with. So, of course, we were interested specifically regarding automatic weighting via the camera, and there were a lot of products that already have some results. So for us, it was very interesting to talk with the people and to ask them what their approach to achieve the result, what way we are trying to calculate, to measure, whether accuracy is important for them, and what would be the roadmap for their product in the future, what challenges they try to cover, to achieve. And also regarding biosecurity, we're trying to understand what are ready-made solutions on the market and whether it is possible to extend ready-made products to what we already developed. So I think these are the main focus. We are visiting exhibitions.
Sylvain, in your experience, which areas of farm operation are most in need of innovation right now?
Today, when you look, I will come to connect with what you just said. When you look in agricultural exhibition where all companies are presenting their innovations, you see that people, a lot of companies are focusing on, I'm talking more for animals, but they are focusing on nutrition, because nutrition is for all farming, basically farming animals species. This is the biggest part of the cost of production. Also, if you have to do it manually or to adjust the feed manually so there is a new concept that is, well, it's not really new, it exists since many years, but which is the nutrition of precision, basically to be sure that you meet the goal of the animals. So this is one area. Another area is reproduction, to try to be more efficient, to try, in most species the animals are produced through artificial insemination. But to do this, you need to know when is the best moment to make the insemination, basically, to get the best results. And then you have everything else that helps to control or measure what you are doing, during the process of growing a pig, for example. You will want to see if the growth is normal. You will want to see if the feed conversion is okay. Those are important parameters I'm talking more for a pig farm, but it's also true in other species. And every tool that is helping to reach those goals. Yeah, so a lot of companies are working on this, and this is the place where it is the most important for farms. And this also help to get better results, but in most cases also will help to basically to work less, actually to have less employees. And this is also meeting the needs of the fact that less and less people are interested to work in farms. At the same time, you have less people, but you are able to reach a better efficiency.
Sylvain, what specific challenges or inefficiency on your farm made you start looking into automation solutions?
Actually, the first time we contacted Lemberg Solution was not about this project of weighing I talk about biosecurity. I can make a very brief introduction on this, but the first time, to my knowledge, it doesn't exist anywhere else. But to enter a pig farm, people in the pig farms of Barkom, people needs to undress, to go through a shower, and to take the clothes from the farm, just to make sure that the visitors will not, or employees will not bring something, some new disease that is not existing in the farm. The problem is that it's not a problem and it's normal. Of course, we cannot control that people are really taking a shower because, for privacy reasons and things like this. And we were discussing this with Lyubomyr and his teams, and they developed actually a watch that is that people are wearing when they take the shower, and which is giving an assessment of the quality of the shower. And we will see if the people really took a shower or not with this. And after that, we had the discussion about what else we could do together. And since many years, a lot of companies were trying to develop a tool to be able to have the weight of the animals through a camera, just by analyzing the image and not to disturb the animals, not to move it out of the crate, to put it in a weighing crate, to bring it back, because this is time consuming. This is not easy, especially when the animals are big. But the fact is that a lot of people were already working on this, but with not very good results, not very good precision. Okay, they were giving you a weight, but actually somebody who knows pigs could be able to give the same weight just by looking at the animals. It was not precise enough. So we approached Lyubomyr and his team, and they started to work on this aspect. And they developed a camera with an algorithm that is allowing us to have the weight of the pigs all the time, basically, every day. But this is your part. I will let you explain this bit.
Yeah, so I can participate in this year. For us on this project, what was very unexpected that we cannot predict the behavior of the pigs, because usually you can create a scenario that we are going to collect data, for example, and to collect a nice data, animal should enter the place, should have a drink, and after that go out. And during this procedure, we need to collect all the images. But as experience showed, usually pigs are not following the scenario that you provide because you cannot explain this scenario to them. And usually you need to observe how animals behave, and only after adapt all the equipment to collect together all the data that you need. But before that, also you need to visit the farm and to understand, so that should be a team of engineers that will have to create all the equipment to understand what data or what approach, what triggers, what events will help you to find the moment when measurement or data processing would be the best one and the result would be the most accurate.
When starting the project, how to determine and prioritize goals that are realistic to implement?
A good question. So in this kind of projects, usually the first question is whether it is possible at all to make this solution. And you need to do a feasibility study to understand what are the limits of the technology that you possess. Also, the team should be the one that is not immediately depressed that something is possible or not. So they should understand the limitations of technologies. They already know how to work this, and to come to the place where we will have to do the work to see how the process that we will need to automate looks without any technology, and to make a brainstorm how we can automate this, what would be the limitations. Also maybe to provide some proof of concepts where we can see whether what we collect, what we measure is good for nice accuracy, or whether we can achieve this accuracy at all.
How did you define and validate accuracy requirements for the pig weighing solution, both regarding data collection and the final measurement outcomes?
Originally, we had a request to have the error around maybe 1 or 2%. When the first stage of the project passed, we were able to have this level of error. But from our observations of competitors, we also see that it is possible, but it is not always possible to make this level of error all the time. For example, when you do the data collection, even hardware weights will provide you an error of about maybe up to 5%, because you need to always keep it clean. You need to do a regular calibration of the weight to see whether it still shows the real weight of the animal or not. And from what we saw, it will require at least once per 2 weeks to do the calibration of the weights to keep the collected data to be very accurate. But from the competitors, when we talked at Eurotube, for instance, usually they collect any data that could be observed via camera. And what is good approach after? To apply filters that can identify that probably this photo from this camera view is not very good, and we need to find a good one, and this good one photo will provide you a very high level of accuracy. A very big potential in this technology would be to add the filter that will tell you whether this particular frame is capable to provide you very high accuracy of around 100%.
Sylvain, why did you decide to pursue a custom solution development rather than opting for commercial off-the-shelf options?
The main reason is because what was on the market there was some people proposing similar things, but it was not precise enough for what we wanted to achieve. And the other thing is that we knew Lemberg solutions before because of this project with the watch to assess the quality of the showers, and it was through a discussion, and they said, yeah, well, we believe that we could reach the level of precision that you're looking for, which was not at that time possible with the competition. So that happened like this. Actually, it was happening naturally following the first project.
Maybe I will add here. So on this time we were very optimistic, and I already mentioned regarding the animal behavior. So we were expecting that we will manage to collect the data and to understand the approach how to measure weight very quickly. But still there were a lot of unpredictable behavioral issues that we had to deal with, and we had to design the place where we collect data in a way that the data collection flow would provide the highest accuracy.
Can you share how you approach market and competitor analysis before starting the project? How did the insights gathered from your research influence the development of this solution?
Yeah, so this is kind of the service that we usually don't provide, because when we have development requests, usually this is not our part of activities that we do to understand what are the best competitors or the worst. But still, when we have the task, customer usually provides who is the best one or who provides maybe the best solution on the market. So we try to understand what is the approach, what camera view they select to understand the weight of the animal, what is the approach regarding the accuracy. So this is the part that we collect. Usually it is very good to come to the exhibition and to ask people what is their approach. Not very often they understand how the product works inside, because not always at exhibition you speak to an engineer. Usually these are salespeople. But even from some advertisement videos or from marketing materials you see at exhibition, you understand that maybe this is more marketing materials than a real approach for image processing, because when you understand what issues you have in this product development, you see that they probably also have these issues, and it is not possible always to get these answers from your competitors, because this is very expensive information that you get during the research and development.
Sylvain, could you share how the livestock weighing solution changed the daily routine on your farm?
It's a very interesting and useful tool to have. In our case, we equip one pen in each building, and when we receive the piglets, because it's a growing and fattening finishing farm basically, the employees, they put some average pigs, not the biggest, not the smallest, but in this pen. And then the farm manager have access every day, every week, if he wish, because the system is working continuously, always. Every time that a pig arrives in the right place, in the right position, it's measuring the weight. And then, so we can see basically his pigs growing. And without having to go, because before we were doing this, but what the employees had to do, they had to go one by one. There is a crate, well, a pen, we call it a pen, but where we have 35 pigs. And they had to go and take one pig, one by one, move it out. Stressful for the pig, stressful for the employees also, because it's not an easy job. Then bring it to a place to take the weight, and then after that bringing it back, and then doing the same thing with the next pig, and so on. And this in each building, if you wanted to have it once per week, for example. And now we have it continuously, so we save time, we are more efficient, we are more precise, I believe also. And you know, when you stress the pigs also, they lose a little bit on growth. So in one way, you decrease some of the parameters that are important for the profitability of the farm. So I would say that this is a very, very big change and something very positive for us.
I may also add here, so this is even stressful for engineering team to catch pigs and after do the data collection of the measurements. So we understand that this resolves a lot of issues, because even one day of work at the farm, so this is a big damage for the health of engineering team.
How did you align the engineering team and farm workers to develop a practical and easy-to-use solution?
Yeah, it was a very big surprise for us when we were speaking with farm employees, how they understand the goal and the benefits of the product. So usually they understand this in a completely different way as top management understands. Often they, not all, but some people state that maybe it has no sense at all. But still, it was very interesting to see how the product development evolves. And at the farm, employees also understand that, yes, this is a very easy approach to measure a weight. So you don't need to catch an animal. You don't need to have a cooperative work of 2 or 3 people to catch the animal. So you will not be so much tied after this work. And initially, the cooperation was like, okay, they do some very non-understandable work for us, but I think employees at the farm were very cooperative, so they helped us in a lot of our requests. And I think that the last time the cooperation was at the highest level, because now I think the goal of the product is very understandable for everybody. And the feedback from farm employees is a little bit different because this is their daily routine, and they also feedback that maybe the device is hard to keep in a hand. Maybe if you place the device in a specific way over the animal, that would be a more better approach, because this is part of the daily work. And also the one with the biosecurity, we also had a lot of feedbacks, how they see it is more beneficial and how they see it to chip the device. So we understand what we have additionally implement to have this device more accurate and more cheating proven of this.
Sylvain, what business results have you seen since implementing the solution? And what do you see as the key next steps in scaling this solution to deliver even greater operational or economic value?
On the results themselves, I didn't see a lot of differences. The differences is coming more that people have more times for other tasks. And I would say that we have a better control about the growth in the farm. And but it doesn't necessarily, maybe it increases a little bit the growth because we don't disturb the pigs. But what this tool is giving us is the fact that we have a very good and precise control of the growth in the farm, which is, I would say, the main benefit, without having even to go inside with the pigs, without having to stress them and things like this. For the future, as Lyubomyr was mentioning, now it's a fixed camera, but I believe that with the same algorithm, maybe in the future, to have a mobile one that would allow you to have the weight of any pigs inside the farm, that will be probably something that could be quite interesting, especially in countries where slaughterhouses are paying more if you send the pigs at exactly the right weight, because it's not the case in Ukraine, but if you go to Western Europe, you will have a lot of countries where even the pig producers, the day before sending their pigs to slaughterhouse, to be sure that they will be within that range of 5 kilos, they will measure the weight of all the pigs. And if you would have a device that could give you this real time, that will be a very big, and a lot of people, again, or companies are working on it. And I think that Lemberg solution is close to be able to do something like this, but it is more complicated because this, not only the pig is moving, the machine, the camera is also moving. But I think that could be a very nice future development.
And also, as we had a feedback, if there is a need for a vet to approach a specific animal, so the vet doesn't require to have a couple of assistants to help. So usually he will do this by his own, and that would be also immediate calculation for the medicine that should be taken to treat the animal. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Looking ahead, what emerging technology trends do you believe will have the biggest impact on the agricultural sector in the next few years?
This is a big question. Well, I don't want to repeat myself, but I think that everything that will make the farms more efficient, everything that will save some labor, everything that will help to reduce the cost of production, because in agriculture, in general, the margins are very low. And I think that there are a lot of different types of technological products, but for me, all the new innovations which will help to reach one of these goals, reducing labor, improving efficiency, improving results, decreasing cost of production, removing sometimes the human factor, will have success. This is what I believe. All this artificial intelligence, technological products, I think that anything that will answer one of these goals will be something for the future, definitely.
I can also add here, when we had a similar request that we need to have some computer vision system, usually the background issue that we observed, that there are people with very big experience that can approach the animal, that they can identify some issues or some other properties that help them to make some next step decisions. So people are leaving the companies, and you need to have a substitute, and there are no market for such people, and you need to make this part to be done by a robot. So you need to train a system. The system can make a decision whether the weight is high or low, and this is the place where computer vision actually can help to resolve everything. Also, very often you have some friendship relationships at the company, and if you have very strict, for instance, biosecurity rules, you need to have an answer from a robot whether you're allowed to enter the farm or not, because it is not understandable where you took a shower according to the rules or you didn't, and whether you followed all the rules that a company expects from you or not. So usually a robot will make immediate decision, but your friend may have some context. So this is a place where computer vision, all the robotic automation can assist and can resolve a lot of issues.
You are touching a very interesting and important point with what you just said, because you have some people in farms which, I don't know the word in English. In French we say animalier. That means that they feel the animals. They look at the animals, they know if the animal is healthy, if he starts to be sick, if he's sick. Just by looking, they know if a female is on heat, it's the moment for insemination. They know just by looking at it. And some other animals, well, they will see that the pig is sick only when it's about to die, basically, okay? So systems like this, this is what I call the human factor, basically. You have some people who are extremely performant in a farm environment, and some others, well, it's not their fault, it's just that they are not able to pick up the small signs that the animals will give. Any systems, again, based on artificial intelligence, which will be able to, for example, to spot animals that are becoming sick, then this is something that could be quite interesting too.
What are the biggest challenges in integrating the automation solutions for farm operations?
Maybe I will start from what we already see. One of the issues was availability of the internet at the farms. So usually no internet connectivity at all. And when you even plan to do some data collection, also you need to think about what internet capabilities could be established at the farm. And that means that majority of computing has to be done on the edge. So you may not look on the option of cloud processing, because you need also to invest a lot of money into the IT infrastructure of the farm, which is, I assume, would be very expensive. So the solution that you design should definitely do everything at the place, in the premises, without need of very good internet connectivity. And internet connectivity should be enough only to understand that system works in general, and whether you need to send some maintenance group to recreate the working condition of this.
Yeah, it's true about the internet. Even sometimes, even just the normal mobile phones are not. By definition, farms are not in the middle of the big cities. They are in rural areas, and sometimes the connectivity is not there. So this is definitely one point. I would say, well, in our case, it was a little bit different because we were not just installing a ready solution. We were developing the project, but I think that if I would have to redo, I think I would have. We would try to organize a meeting with the employees and with the people from Lemberg Solutions to explain exactly the goals, because as you mentioned before, at the beginning they didn't know. We tried to explain like this, but it was me trying to explain to my employees, and there was not really a connection with directly with. And I think we would have organized a meeting together would have helped probably for the. But after now, the system is working. The integration is very easy because they participated to the development. So.
How should agriculture businesses prepare their teams and infrastructure to integrate smart automation solutions successfully?
I think we've a little bit covered by the previous answers the question. One of the things I think employees were afraid that maybe the system that we are integrating are watching them. So it was not very clear what exactly makes the technology. So that was part that had to be explained. And also some cases, I think people were afraid that this technology actually takes the job, but it doesn't take, it just make the life to be more comfortable at the farm, less stressful. So you don't need to use your physical forces to do some routine operations. You may just focus on more easy stuff and don't spend a lot of your energy on something that can do a machine. So I think that this is more the benefits that we have to emphasize, so that employees might understand that this is not a trouble they need to be afraid of. So it will easy and it will make the life easy. It will increase the efficiency of their performance, so they can concentrate or emphasize their attention like on better places of daily routine like this.
It's a very good point that you are bringing, because I said before that we need to reduce the labor, but I don't know any of these technologies that you will put in the farm and you will be able to say, okay, I can cut 2 or 3 people. It's not this, it's things that are today, like what with this weighing solution, as an example, it's things that are important to do, but that are not very interesting for the employees to do, that are very difficult because physically. If they don't have to do this and they have these data which are more precise even than when they do it, well, for me as a responsible of the farms, it's very interesting, because then the employees can do other works, can spend a bit more time on other works which are more important, like, for example, trying to find if all the pigs if there is a pig that starts to be sick, well, to be able to put him in a hospital pen. We have some places for it, and get a treatment, because we know that when people have a lot of job, they do this. And if they are in a hurry, they will go very quickly around the farm. So every time that you can save them some work, that are difficult, that is difficult and that is taking some time. It is important, but anybody can do it. It's just to take the pig, to put it in the crate and to bring it back. Now, if you don't have to do this, then your best people can go and spend some time on other things and that will be generally an improvement of everything.
What long-term impact do you expect automation to have on the agricultural labor market and workforce skills?
Yeah, I think all of these questions are touching more or less the same subject, but one thing that we didn't say that I think could be interesting to attract the new generation. You know, now young people, they are all on their phones, they are connected all the time, and if you compare to classical farming from 30 years ago, we didn't have those tools, but it was not even, you know, in the day-to-day life. And I think that a farm which will have a lot of those very high technological tools could be more interesting to attract new young talent, basically, because they see that it's not just to move the pigs and to you know, it's really a very precise, very technological job. And okay, yes, as I said, after that you have the issue that a farm is working every day of the year, and you might do a bit less work on Sundays and on Christmas Day or on Easter, but you will need to have some people will go there. And that's the reason why it's difficult for the labor force, basically, to interest some people. So I think that this is all positive, and it will have an impact to attract new people, but also to make sure that you will all the time have enough people to do the job that you are supposed to do. This is my feeling for the future.
For me here, it's more difficult to provide a feedback because we only create technology based on the needs. But to make a summary, when you have, for instance, a computer vision system that makes analysis of behavior, so you may have a lot of insights what should be changed in one place and after scaled to the level of the farm. Also, by this technology, you may not need so highly experienced people, because the robot would immediately tell you what issues he potentially sees in a specific pan. And after a technologist at the farm may, for instance, double check whether it is really true, or maybe the robot provides some fake results. But still, this is much more easy when to invest into attention of every single pan in a farm by himself. So it will be a lot of time spent, and in this case, everything is done by a robot. So still you need to invest into the cameras. But anyway, camera improvement and algorithm improvement would be a very scalable approach to increase performance of your business in general and immediately. Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time, yeah. Thanks.